First Place for Youth, we are a nonprofit that serves current and former foster youth. We serve young people anywhere from the age of 18 to 24, and we provide them housing, education, and employment services. When a young person comes into our program, they might be homeless, they might have been out of employment or actually never have had a job. When they leave our services, they are stably housed in a safe location and community, and they are working towards a living wage employment.
I want them to know what's out there, have that comfort, that stability, and have the knowledge that they need to be able to support themselves.
Being able to have like a team that you can trust, that is there to really support you and really want to see you succeed and achieve your goals. It's something that is very important and that you can't really find in many other programs.
It makes me proud to actually see our young people come into program at one level and then actually graduate program at a much higher level and really just feeling more confident about life and their ability to be happy.
When I actually entered the program, I was homeless. I was living on the streets. First Place for Youth has helped me get back into school. I've had 2 jobs since then and keep and maintain stable housing, so I kind of don't think like the world's out to get you anymore. It's like you are out to get the world.
I have this opportunity to see these young people really transform and develop into the young people that they ultimately want to be, because we are able to support them in removing those barriers and providing that love and that care that I think we all need as humans.
Hi, Kathleen. I just want to thank you so much for the opportunity to work with you on the impact events and get to know you and understand how hard you have worked for such an incredible cause. Thank you for years of great fun.
Hello, I'm Courtney McCrae, and on behalf of the Impact Funds Investment Committee, I want to say thank you to Kathleen for 10 years of incredible service. It has been such a joy to work with you, and we know that you will flourish in whatever you decide to do next. Thank you, Kathleen, for your service, and thank you to the important community that supports the Episcopal Charities.
Hi, Kathleen. It's so good to see you this evening, and I can't believe it's been 10 years since you assumed the helm of Episcopal Impact Fund. When I think about the opportunity I've had to bear witness to all you've done for that wonderful organization and our Episcopal community throughout the Bay Area, my heart is filled with gratitude, and I thank you for everything you've done. May all your future endeavors be equally as successful and joyous.
Good evening. I'm Doug McKay, past board chair of the Episcopal Impact Fund. Tonight, we're gathered to celebrate the Episcopal Impact Fund. We're also gathered to celebrate the leadership, the vision, and the passion of our admired executive director, Kathleen Piraino. More than 10 years ago, the Episcopal Charities searched for a new director. None of those committee members could have imagined how Kathleen's leadership would transform the focus, the work, and quite literally the impact of the organization. She was the perfect hire. We've been so fortunate to have Kathleen's keen intellect, caring heart, and wonderful sense of humor steer the ship. It's made the Episcopal Impact Fund a thought leader among poverty-fighting nonprofits in the Bay Area today. As Kathleen prepares for the next chapter in her life, and the Episcopal Impact Fund looks ahead to the future, all of us past and present board members say a heartfelt thank you. Thank you, Kathleen, for a job amazingly well done.
Good evening. I'm Mary Kamara Thompson, and I had the honor of working with Kathleen Piraino as the Episcopal Impact Fund Board President a few years ago. When I first joined the organization, it was known as Episcopal Charities. But Kathleen had a larger vision for the organization, and under her guidance, leadership, and vision, she led the staff and all of us on the board in changing the name to the Episcopal Impact Fund. But more than just changing the name, Kathleen further grounded the organization in spreading the good news of the gospel and expanding its mission, reach, and capacity to serve more than 100,000 people living in poverty in the Bay Area. Kathleen, tonight I join everyone gathered here to celebrate the legacy you leave, to thank you for your dedicated leadership, and to wish you every blessing as you step into this next phase of your journey. Happy retirement, my friend. It is my honor to celebrate you this evening. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Alan Jurgensen, and I had the honor of being on the search committee that brought Kathleen to Episcopal Impact Fund, and then the good fortune of working as board president alongside her for several years. Kathleen, it was always such a pleasure to have you as our executive director, planning board meetings, discussing our grantees, and visiting them in the community, always making us ever more impactful in addressing the root causes of poverty. This is our mission, and you have given all of yourself to it, day by day and year by year. We are a far better organization because of your energy and wisdom. Thank you so much, Kathleen, for all that you have been and all that you are to us.
If you hear this message, wherever you stand, I'm calling every woman, calling every man. We're the generation, we can't afford to wait. The future started yesterday, and we're already late. We've been looking for a song to sing, search for a melody, search for someone to lead. We've been looking for the world to change. If you feel the same, then go out and say if you're out there. Sing along with me if you're out there. I'm dying to believe that you're out there. Stand up and say it loud if you're out there. Tomorrow's starting now. No more broken promises, no more call to war. Unless it's love and peace that we're really fighting for. We can destroy hunger, we can conquer hate. Put down the arms and raise your voice. We're joining hands today. Oh, I was looking for a song to sing, search for a leader, but the leader was me. We were looking for the world to change. We can't be heroes, just go on and say if you're out there. Sing along with me if you're out there. I'm dying to believe that you're out there. Stand up and say it loud if you're out there. Tomorrow's starting now. Now, now. Oh, no, no. If you're ready, we can change.
Well, good evening, friends, and welcome to Night of Light. I'm Jonna Wells, and I'm so thrilled to serve as the host and fundraising ambassador for this inspired evening celebrating the radiant work of Episcopal Impact Fund. As the world keeps turning day after day, Episcopal Impact Fund remains unwavering, shining brightly, giving direction to the most vulnerable within our communities to ensure that one can always find the way home. And as we kick off tonight's Night of Light celebration, we join one another beneath the same night sky and find a constellation of generous friends near and far coming together to give the gift of light and hope for those in need.
Like the sun in the sky, like the moon up at night, I know that you will be there. Like the ground in my feet, like the air that I breathe, I know you will be there. In the motion of life, if I lift up my eyes, I know that you will be there. You've been holding my heart over on from the start, I know that you will be there. You are my constant, you're the song that keeps on playing, repeating in my head. You are my constant, oh you got me like the North Star forever.
Welcome to Night of Light.
It's been said that a little bit of light dispels a lot of darkness. For more than 40 years, Episcopal Impact Fund has been sharing their light with the most vulnerable among us, like the North Star, offering a guiding light to those navigating life's journey. Episcopal Impact Fund continues to shine brightly for those in need, addressing the root causes of poverty in the Bay Area so that no child's zip code determines their future. We're so grateful to share in this journey with you tonight. And throughout our time together, I have the distinct privilege of introducing you to a cast of luminaries who are always giving us an invitation to look up, as day after day they celebrate and champion for this critically important work. Luminaries who believe in Episcopal Impact Fund's innovative, long-term solutions to respond to the community's evolving needs and compassionately serve Bay Area people living in poverty. Luminaries who radiate with a collective hope for a brighter tomorrow, who encourage us to never stop searching for the light, to continue to faithfully hold on to hope. One such luminary is Episcopal Impact Fund Executive Director Kathleen Piraino. Under her guidance, leadership, and vision, Kathleen Piraino has stewarded Episcopal Impact Fund in their efforts to expand their impact and breadth of support for the most vulnerable Bay Area residents. In fact, for the last 10 years, her leadership has transformed this organization. And throughout tonight's event, we not only celebrate the work of Episcopal Impact Fund, we also celebrate Kathleen Piraino's guiding light and tremendous heart. And throughout this glorious night of light, we invite you to join us in this celebration, sharing in your generous support of Episcopal Impact Fund. Whether you're a longtime champion of the Impact Fund, or perhaps have been recently introduced to their inspiring work, the light of hope that they are able to extend to others is made possible thanks to the generous dedication and tremendous support from donors like each and every one of you tuned in at home tonight, neighbors helping neighbors, emanating with a steadfast glow of generosity, making it possible for Episcopal Impact Fund and their partners to share their guiding light with so many in need. As Night of Light continues, it's my honor here and now to introduce the Right Reverend Dr. Mark Handley Andrus, Bishop of the Episcopal Diocese of California, to lead us in tonight's invocation.
Good evening, I'm Bishop Mark Andrus, and I welcome you to the 2021 Night of Light. Let us pray. Most compassionate God, we come to you tonight full of gratitude for the nourishing food and life-enhancing companionship we share, for the generosity of donors, for the service of board members and staff, and especially for the service of Executive Director Kathleen Piraino. Bless us all. Bless those in the circle of our lives, we pray. Enable us, by the power of your Spirit, to be people of justice, peace, and healing. In the name of Christ we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Bishop Mark. And it's so very true. As Bishop Mark just shared, during tonight's event, we're joined by people of justice, peace, and healing. A constellation of champions extending a collective, far-reaching light of hope for those in need. And this constellation of radiant support makes this life-changing work possible. The impact of the light shared by Episcopal Impact Fund is significant, and their innovative, long-term solutions to address the root cause of poverty in the San Francisco Bay Area radiate with a collective hope for a brighter tomorrow. As our celebration continues, we're excited to shine the spotlight on this inspiring organization, this impactful organization that is advancing pathways out of poverty. With faith and compassion, Episcopal Impact Fund radiated support for more than 100,000 people last year alone with grants, expertise, and of course, an abundance of love. And the need for this guiding light has never been greater. COVID-19, as we all know, has forced friends, families, and communities throughout the Bay Area and around the globe to retreat from shared space, and it's challenged our hearts and resolve. It's propelled a looming eviction and foreclosure crisis and revealed just how fragile the Bay Area's housing ecosystem is, leading to a surge in individuals and families experiencing homelessness. Again, the need has been great, but so has the light of Episcopal Impact Fund and their partners, who continue to remind those in need to look up to find that North Star, that compass from which to direct one's life journey, reminding the most vulnerable among us to revere the light of hope that shines brightly. A light of hope made possible thanks to Episcopal Impact Fund and the constellation of support being showcased here tonight. And support for Episcopal Impact Fund has grown year after year, with many new friends sharing their light of support and many luminous champions having celebrated this life-changing work since the very beginning. One such long-term luminary was 2019 Night of Light honoree, Ambassador James C. Hormel. Ambassador Hormel devoted his life to the advocacy of basic human rights, social justice, and the well-being of all individuals. He was a supporter of Episcopal Impact Fund for more than 40 years. Tonight's event is offered in loving memory to James Hormel and to the profound impact that he had in the Bay Area and indeed throughout the world. As Night of Light continues, it is my honor here and now to introduce you to a beloved guiding light within this community, Bishop William Swing, who founded Episcopal Charities more than 40 years ago.
Good evening. My name is William Swing, and I'm honored to be part of this glorious Night of Lights. Over 40 years ago, the Reverend Darby Betts came into my office and said he had a vision. It was a vision of an Episcopal Charities. What he saw were all of the social ministries coming together, the diocese coming together, our friends coming together, and associations around the Bay Area to form an Episcopal Charities that could do more than all of us could do individually, apart from each other. I tried to follow what he was saying, and I didn't quite understand it all, but I believed in Darby. I believe he had a genuine vision. And so, after that conversation, the Episcopal Charities was born. Now, over 40 years have come and gone, and I feel like Rip Van Winkle, who just woke up. The Episcopal Charities is now the Episcopal Impact Fund. We're no longer dealing with a few social ministries. We're talking about 130 different kinds of agencies. We're not talking about $100,000 being raised. We're talking about over $1 million being raised. We're not talking about 10,000 people being helped. We're talking about over 100,000 people being helped. What you've done is spectacular. And not only that, you're planning on housing, creative housing solutions. I don't know how you've done this. I don't know how you raised the money. I don't know how you found the leadership. I don't know how you did the partnerships, but you did it. And the people of the 5 counties of the Bay Area are blessed to have the Episcopal Impact Fund. So, when you get a little older, you think about, I'm not going to be around forever. And I look to Jesus, who says there's going to be a judgment day. And on that judgment day, there's going to be a final exam. And there's only one question on the final exam. How did you serve the underserved? My answer is, I am part of Episcopal Impact Fund. I say that humbly and proudly. Humbly, because I still don't understand how it all works. But proudly, because I'm part of you. And I thank you.
Thank you, Bishop Swing, for extending your guiding light to so many within the community and for joining Night of Light's constellation of support. Since the very beginning, Episcopal Impact Fund has never wavered in their efforts to make a tremendous impact in the lives of those in need. But it takes a village, as they say. The Impact Fund's efforts to advance pathways out of poverty are elevated time and time again by a dedicated board of directors who believe wholeheartedly in this life-changing work. As Night of Light continues, it is my pleasure here and now to welcome to the virtual stage one such dedicated board member, Board President Jen Brooks.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this year's virtual Night of Light celebration. My name is Jennifer Brooks, and I'm the president of the Episcopal Impact Fund Board of Directors. On behalf of the board, thank you for your continued support, especially as the coronavirus continues to hit the hardest those with the fewest resources. Tonight, we celebrate the good hard work of the Episcopal Impact Fund, highlighting the leadership of its departing executive director, Kathleen Piraino, who is tonight's honoree. Kathleen has led this organization and steered the ship for more than 10 years and lived into its mission of advancing pathways out of poverty. Kathleen, thank you. Thank you for your passion, for your thoughtfulness, and for your care, not only for our grantees, but also for our broader beloved community. And finally, thank you to all of you who are here tonight. We so appreciate you. And with those few words, I turn the virtual stage over to Kathleen. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our second virtual Night of Light. I am so glad you are here with us tonight. And thank you for those beautiful words, Jen. We have been so fortunate in the board leadership of Episcopal Impact Fund. Each of the 5 presidents I have worked with, first Peter, then Alan, Mary, Doug, and now Jen, together with our board chair, Bishop Mark, have become my friends and true partners in the good, hard work that Jen spoke of. For me, it has been the honor of my life to serve as executive director of Episcopal Impact Fund. I think back to more than 10 years ago as I pondered whether to apply for this job. Could I do the work? Was I qualified? Or more importantly, could I convince the board that I was qualified? And what was this Night of Light everyone kept mentioning? Maybe some of you were even at that first Night of Light 10 years ago with the epic rainstorm, collapsing tent, failed sound system. Well, I'm going to stop right there. But the real question in my mind 10 years ago was, could I actually make a difference in the lives of people living in poverty in the Bay Area? Could I build on the good work already being done by the organization to have a greater impact? And at the risk of immodesty, I think I can say that I have, not alone, not perfectly, not all at once, but incrementally, over time, through a determination to do my best at everything I did, to be open to all ideas, and to say yes as often as possible. Over the past 10 years, we have done so much together. We have narrowed in on a grant focus of intergenerational poverty as it affects children. No child's future should be determined by their zip code. We called out housing as a critical aspect of our work fighting poverty and leveraged our unique relationships with congregations and the diocese to explore ways to build affordable housing in areas that needed it the most. We convened thought leaders in a series of webinars on difficult issues, the first on the intersection of class, race, and poverty, and the second on the seemingly intractable housing crisis, to shed some light on the origins and perhaps some solutions. We created our first diversity, equity, and inclusion statement, and we took a hard look at our own role in addressing racial justice. And finally, we greatly increased our resources and therefore our granting, due in large part to donors like you and your amazing generosity. Thank you. So I'm going to riff off of Dean Jones's comments at last year's Night of Light when he was our honorary co-chair, and ask you to please think about your gift tonight, then double it, then add a little more. And join me tonight in making our vision of a Bay Area without poverty a little closer to reality. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathleen. This community continues to sing your praises. Under your guidance, leadership, and vision, you have been a guiding light, stewarding Episcopal Impact Fund throughout the years. With your heartfelt direction, the Impact Fund has been able to expand their reach and capacity to further advance pathways out of poverty. We look forward to sharing in a heartfelt showcase of gratitude for your leadership throughout this evening's celebration. As I mentioned earlier, we're honored to find support this evening from an incredibly inspiring and luminous constellation of champions for Episcopal Impact Fund. One such champion is third-term Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, who recently shared this touching sentiment of support. Episcopal Impact Fund is a beacon of hope for Bay Area families experiencing the scourge of poverty, especially during the pandemic, as their work on housing has helped our most vulnerable residents stay healthy and safe. Their vital work lives out the faithful spirit of our city's patron, St. Francis, who commanded us to preach the gospel, sometimes use words. With this year's Night of Light event, our community proudly comes together in support of this life-changing work to remember the life of a courageous leader and my friend, Ambassador Jim Hormel, and to celebrate a tireless champion in Kathleen Piraino, Episcopal Impact Fund's departing executive director. Thank you so much, Speaker Pelosi, for sharing your light of support with us tonight to celebrate the work of Episcopal Impact Fund. And friends, tonight we invite you to shine your own light of support, joining this generous community at any point in tonight's program to extend that light of hope at any level of giving that inspires you and champion for Episcopal Impact Fund's efforts to continue advancing pathways out of poverty in efficient and effective ways. And showcasing that generous direct support at any level of giving this evening isn't the only way to champion for Episcopal Impact Fund. You can also participate in our online auction, which is happening right now. If you've attended Night of Light in person in the past, you likely recall that this luminous event is filled with a stunning collection of live auction packages each and every year. And though we're not gathered in person this year, we've handpicked 2 exclusive packages and brought them into an online auction just for you, providing you with 2 vacations near and far to bid wildly on this year. Our first vacation will take you a little farther from home to one of my favorite spots, Sun Valley, Idaho, a year-round destination for hiking, mountain biking, golf, and world-class fly fishing in the summer, and of course, skiing, snowboarding, snowshoeing, and cross-country skiing in the winter. With this package, you'll enjoy a 7-day, 6-night getaway in a gorgeous home that can accommodate up to 15 guests. Let's check in on the bidding taking shape on this first auction package and see who's in the lead. Things kicked off with a bid of $3,500, and then they progressed thereafter with Deborah McKnight Higgins joining us at $4,000, and it looks like Andrew Wober, who joined us to initiate the bidding, is our top bidder right now at $4,500 tonight. Good luck to you, Andrew. Again, everybody can participate in this online auction tonight. Just simply take a look at those packages and place your bids. Our second featured package for this year's Night of Light online auction is a little bit closer to home for most of you. It's a 3-day, 2-night getaway to the Seascape Resort on Monterey Bay. This beachfront condo sleeps 6 and features gorgeous ocean views, 3 miles of beach line, multiple pools and spas, tennis courts, and a fitness center. And don't forget the Seascape Golf Club is close by as well if you'd like to hit the green during your getaway to Monterey Bay. Let's check in on this getaway as well and see how bidding's shaping up. Things opened up with an opening bid of $750 with Kieran King. And Bartron Morris joined us with a bid of $1,000. And it looks like Gary Spenick is our high bid right now with a bid of $1,250. Good luck to you, Gary, on that package. And again, everyone can participate in our online auction tonight. These 2 fabulous packages featured in tonight's online auction will come to a close tonight at 9 p.m. So if you would like to see yourself spending some time in the sun and surf of Monterey Bay, place those bids. Or you can place your bids in the Sun Valley getaway, too. If you want to spend some time in the high mountain pines of Sun Valley, place your bids now. Each and every bid placed in our online auction further supports Episcopal Impact Fund's continuous efforts to advance pathways out of poverty and shine a light of hope for those in need. And while you're placing those bids, cheer each other on in the chat window showing on your screen. Though we're not gathered in person again this year, we'd still love to unite in spirited support and connect with one another. So please say hello. Let us know that you're watching this evening and share with us why it is you feel inspired to cast your light of support for Episcopal Impact Fund. We have so many friends joining our chat feed tonight here, and it's really exciting and encouraging to see you connecting with one another tonight. And Bartron Morris is joining in that chorus of support, thanking everyone for their attendance. Thank you, Amy and Fred. Thanking everyone for joining us tonight. It's really lovely to see. And I know a moment ago we saw a lot of friends that were saying hello to each other. Sue Crawford joined us. Again, continue to join this chorus of support tonight. Not only do we want to hear from you tonight, We want to celebrate this generous community gathered together tonight by awarding a Watch to Win prize. All of tonight's registered guests will be entered into our free Watch to Win drawing for the chance to win 2 prizes. This is our way of saying thank you for being here tonight. Our first Watch to Win prize winner will receive 2 tickets to an upcoming San Francisco 49ers game, while our second Watch to Win prize winner will receive a beautiful Japanese pearl necklace. We'll be pulling our lucky Watch to Win prize winners at the end of tonight's event. So whether you're connecting with one another through our chat window, placing your bids in our online auction, or donating generously in support of Episcopal Impact Fund, we're so very grateful for the light of support you're extending tonight. If throughout any part of tonight's event you experience any technical difficulties or have any questions, please reach out to us. Simply call the number showing on your screen for support. That number is 650-271-9029. We have a team standing by ready to assist you. Again, Episcopal Impact Fund works with more than 100 nonprofit organizations throughout the Diocese of California, including San Francisco, Alameda, Contra Costa, Marin, and San Mateo counties. And while the Impact Fund has always focused on empowering families and children to break the cycle of intergenerational poverty, it has become truly apparent during the COVID-19 pandemic just how fragile the Bay Area's housing ecosystem is. Throughout 2021, Episcopal Impact Fund has structured their granting focus on housing and homelessness, and they have found the best-in-class, highly local organizations that are transforming their communities using funding from the Impact Fund in the most efficient and effective way to cast a light of hope for those in need. As our celebration for this year's Night of Light continues, we're going to take a few moments to highlight the first of several partners that are shining a light of hope, stewarding the most vulnerable within the Bay Area towards a future filled with endless possibilities. Without further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce you to the work of Hope Solutions. Their powerful, effective program model is designed to break the cycle of intergenerational poverty, and their light of support is helping countless individuals and families to heal, thrive, and move toward the future of their dreams.
Hope Solutions is dedicated to ending homelessness among the most vulnerable in our community by providing permanent housing solutions and vital services. So we're really about ending homelessness, not managing homelessness.
The feeling that I had when I got this apartment, when I had a new baby, still moves me to tears. We were homeless, living in hotels, living in cars. When I found out I was pregnant, we got sober. And that's kind of where my story begins. I know that I would not be here today if it weren't for all the support. And that's why I get so emotional because it changed my life. It changed my kid's life. Garden Park Apartments is more than just an apartment for me. This is my home. This was my community.
Our model is absolutely designed to break the intergenerational cycle of poverty. We provide very intensive youth enrichment support because the impact of homelessness on children is really dire. We aren't creating a shelter environment. We are creating homes where they can come in off the street, they can heal, they can thrive, they can take care of their children, and they can build the lives that they want to lead. That is a very healing experience for our residents. It transforms how you see yourself when people show unconditional love.
In 2019, I graduated at UC Berkeley, my master's degree, and never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I could do something like that. You know, we just bought our home. We moved from low-income housing to buying a home. And that, it was just a full circle moment for me. And really like the point where I said, wow, like this can be carried down to my kids. Like I have broken so many generational cycles for my kids. It's just so powerful. It's overwhelming. I just want everybody to know that my story can be anyone's story. Over the years, I've watched tons of families move in. I've seen numerous people get their children back. I've watched numerous people get sober. I've seen people get degrees here. I've seen people start careers here. So I would just want like anybody who donates to this program to really know that my story is not a single story, that everybody in here has a story.
Hope Solutions is an incredibly inspiring program. And as former resident Justine Rawlings just shared, her success story can be anyone's story with your help. So join us here and now during this moment of giving and directly support the work of Episcopal Impact Fund at any level of giving that inspires you. And showcasing that support tonight is so very easy to do. Simply click that donation button located in the lower right-hand corner of your screen and join us with a gift that speaks to your heart. With each and every donation that you present tonight, you extend a light of hope for others, a light of hope that lifts communities and radiates with opportunity for those in need. As you begin moving through those channels of heartfelt support here tonight, please welcome to the virtual stage board member Peter Kidder, who joins us tonight to celebrate the generosity of Episcopal Impact Fund Board of Directors.
Hi, I'm Peter Kidder, board member of the Episcopal Impact Fund. I'm so happy to share with you that all of the board members of EIF have contributed to this Night of Light Gala. I'm so thankful for their support and for the support of all of you out there for this wonderful, tremendous organization. Thank you for all you do for EIF.
Thank you, Peter. As Peter just mentioned, 100% of Episcopal Impact board members will be showcasing their support tonight. Our thanks to the entire board of directors for their generous contributions throughout this Night of Light. Joining Episcopal Impact Fund Board of Directors and extending their heartfelt support tonight are honorary committee co-chairs, Kathy and Pitch Johnson. And it's my honor to announce that Kathy and Pitch Johnson have kicked off tonight's moment of giving with a tremendously generous gift of $50,000. Thank you, Kathy and Pitch, for this radiant gift that will extend a light of hope to so many served by the Impact Fund. Susan and Bill Oberndorf, Night of Light 2018 honorary committee members, are also joining this radiant chorus of support tonight with a gift of $10,000. Thank you for this heartfelt gift. Marion Cope joins us tonight with a gift of $25,000. Thank you, Marion Cope, for this tremendously generous donation in support of Episcopal Impact Fund. Gretchen Kimball joins us tonight with a gift of $2,500 presented in memory of James Hormel from the William Kimball Fund. Thank you, Gretchen. And that support continues on. The following honorary committee members are each giving gifts of $5,000 in celebrated support of Night of Light. Our thanks to Landra and Anthony Miles, Elizabeth and Michael Mooney, Carol Piraino and Karen Lucian, Judith Alex and Peter Vestal, and the Reverend Dr. Deb White and Gary Spenick. Our thanks to these generous honorary committee members for sharing their light of support with Episcopal Impact Fund tonight. Friends, those gifts continue to roll in tonight. I'm thrilled to announce that Richard Fabian joins us tonight with a gift of $5,000. Kevin and Ann Morrison join us with a gift of $5,000. This is incredible support. Fred and Amy Polinich are joining us with a gift of $5,000. Marcia Dugan with a gift of $5,000. And friends, that support continues on. Barbara Bissell is joining us with a gift of $2,500. Barbara Ruffin Boston with a gift of $250. Thank you so much. Kathleen Piraino joining us with a gift of $1,500 tonight. Kathleen, thank you so very much. Jack and Carrie Novotny joining us with a gift of $1,000 tonight. Mark Andrus, Bishop Andrus, thank you so much for that gift of $1,000 tonight. Mark Jensen joining this generous chorus of support tonight with a gift of $1,000. Julie Hill with a gift of $300. Thank you. Adele Zackerson with a gift of $500 tonight. My goodness, this support is incredible. Gail, thank you for your gift of $100 tonight. Iman Novin joining us with a gift of $500. Christine Nadeau with a gift of $100. Kieran King joins us tonight with a gift as well. Richard Lewis Shaper with a gift of $300. Again, give a gift from the heart, friends. Give a gift that speaks to you tonight at any level of giving. C. Sue Dial is joining us with a gift of $100. Justin Cannon and Thomas LaFrance with a gift of $100 as well. We have an anonymous donor joining us tonight with a gift of $250. Deanne Pern is joining us with a gift of $50. Tricia Christensen joins us tonight with a gift of $5,000. Reverend Canon Deborah Lowe Skinner joins us with a gift of $500 tonight. Thank you so very much. This is wonderful, friends, and that support continues on. Ruth and Bill Bartron are joining us tonight with a gift of $1,000. Thank you. Ann Hawley is sharing her support for Night of Light with a gift of $1,000 as well. Board member Don Miller and his wife Mary are also joining us with a gift of $1,000 in support of Episcopal Impact Fund. Friends, it takes a village. It takes an entire community of support to fully empower the Impact Fund's efforts to continue advancing pathways out of poverty. And that's why the following donors have said yes to showcasing that luminous, deserving support tonight for Episcopal Impact Fund. The Reverend Lindy Bunch, Janet and Kenneth Bollier, Sandra Briggs, Kate DeGraw, Stu and Jean Farwell, Carol and Charles Glass, Elizabeth Jones, Maggie and Bill Lang, Pat and Wolfgang Luss, and Torney and Stu McKay are each giving gifts of $100 tonight to shine their light of hope for those served by Episcopal Impact Fund. Their collective support totaling $1,000. Thank you, one and all. And friends, they're joined by board member Craig Bertero and his wife Meg, who join in support of Night of Light with a gift of $5,000. Thank you both. Board member Wells Blackster and his wife Yvonne are also extending their light of support tonight with a gift of $5,000. Thank you. Our thanks to the following donors joining this chorus of support tonight, each of whom are presenting generous gifts of $1,000 this evening. Bill Draper, Grace Cathedral, Helen Harwood and Alvaro Garcia, Stoner Lichty and Daryl Razzle, Sylvia and Robert McCann, Suzanne and Sam Palmer, Sharon and Philip Pillsbury, Rosine Reynolds and Steve Stein, Catherine and Charles Sterling, and Linda and David Wu. Thank you one and all for your generous support totaling $10,000. Board member Mindy Bush and her husband Bill Bush join us tonight to shine their light of support for Episcopal Impact Fund. Tonight, Mindy and Bill Bush are presenting a tremendously generous and heartfelt $20,000 matching challenge in hopes that others will feel inspired to give generously and share their light of support tonight for the Impact Fund. Thank you both for such inspired giving tonight. Friends, continue showcasing that deserving support for Episcopal Impact Fund by clicking that donation button located in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. We're so very grateful for the tremendous outpouring of support that further empowers the Impact Fund in their efforts to light the way for Bay Area residents. As Night of Light continues, I'd like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to presenting sponsor Diane B. Wilsey, the 2018 Night of Light honoree. Mrs. Wilsey is a faithful Episcopal Impact Fund supporter and a tremendously generous donor. Not only is Mrs. Wilsey tonight's presenting sponsor at the $100,000 level, she's extending her light of support for Episcopal Impact Fund once again with an additional gift of $10,000 tonight. Thank you, Mrs. Wilsey, for the light of hope that you share with so many. In our current time of trial, Episcopal Impact Fund continues to respond to the community's evolving needs with faith, compassion, and an abundance of love, lighting the way for those in need. As our celebration continues, it's my honor to invite the Bishop Mark Andrus back to the virtual stage. Bishop Mark joins us now to further highlight the life-changing work of Episcopal Impact Fund and celebrate the tremendous heart and steadfast stewardship that Kathleen Piraino has extended throughout the years for Episcopal Impact Fund.
I have spoken to you for 16 years on Night of Light evenings, and each time it's been about something that means a great deal to you and a great deal to me, primarily the mission of Episcopal Impact Fund, our service to the most vulnerable in the Bay Area and to eliminating the root causes of poverty in the Bay Area and our focus on children. But tonight, while that mission does not change and remains the same and will remain the same for years to come, there's a special focus. And our honoree tonight is that focus. And it's our executive director, Kathleen Piraino, who is approaching rapidly her retirement. And it's very important for me to be able to say to you how much I admire and am grateful for and respectful of the service that Kathleen has given to Episcopal Impact Fund, the Diocese of California, and to the whole Bay Area. Kathleen is an inspirational leader. She's also a diligent leader. She pours her energy into this work. And there's a lot more of this work than even the person who works with her in particular facets of Episcopal Impact Fund can know. Not only is she working day and night with the Episcopal Impact Fund with the grantees and developing who they are and working with the board and with the staff, she's also working with the Diocese of California staff. She meets every Monday morning with the senior staff as we plan our work together in common. She has been the lead person in so many grant proposals to the United Thank Offering and to other sources that have brought literally millions of dollars into good causes in the Diocese of California and further into dioceses in Malawi and Haiti and other places in the world. She is our lead person in diligently looking into how these grants work and helping us advance the substance of them to bring dollars to people who need the help. And she's been so successful at doing it. One of her really clear and meaningful projects for her connected to Episcopal Impact Fund and the Diocese of California together has been her work on what I call essential housing. Kathleen has been with me and with Eric Metoyer and others at the very heart of our diocesan effort to help provide housing for what we call essential workers, people who are essential, integral to our community, like public school teachers and nurses and firefighters, but who find it very difficult to live in the cities that make up the Bay Area, and thus, on top of having modest pay, have to add long, maybe 2-hour each way commutes onto their lives, making their lives less sustainable. Kathleen has been working over and over again with our congregations, with other entities, to see how we could develop new housing opportunities for essential workers. And most recently, she's been partnering with people from St. Paul's in Walnut Creek, as well as the Reverend Jane Stratford, who's our missioner for the environment, in a new project out in Brentwood, which is completely inspiring to the whole Episcopal Church. I know it will be to you too. It's called Bluebird Village and Jubilee Farm. And it's developing on a 9-acre site that the diocese has owned for 30 years, lying there fallow, developing its organic layer, developing a joint development, which is housing for the unhoused and for first-time homeowners and for low-income people on the one hand, and a farm, an organic farm on the same 9-acre piece of property as an integrated project. And the farm will be a worshiping community. Kathleen has been right at the apex of the effort to make Jubilee Farm and Bluebird Village come to be, and it is on its way. It's a fitting, I think, kind of capstone effort and embodiment of what Kathleen has brought to Episcopal Impact Fund, the Diocese of California, the Bay Area. Kathleen, it is a privilege to celebrate you this evening, and we hope that all the generosity that needs to be here in honor of you comes flowing into Episcopal Impact Fund. Thank you.
Thank you, Bishop Mark, for that beautiful tribute in honor of Episcopal Impact Fund Executive Director Kathleen Piraino. Kathleen's leadership and caring heart have truly helped to advance the work of Episcopal Impact Fund, ensuring that organizations like our next featured grantee, Serenity House, can continue to light the way for those in need.
Our mission is to empower women survivors of domestic violence, addiction, incarceration, and homelessness to heal from trauma, transform their lives, and achieve their dreams.
We help women get their kids back, reunification of families that they thought everything was lost, that they would never get their kids back. So we just greet them with a loving heart, and we're here for them no matter what. My mission is if I can help somebody as I pass along this way, then my living will not be in vain. Because the people I deal with in the community, they're me. I was that person. And just by the work of Serenity House and the wonderful women that run this program, they have afforded me so many things that I never expected in my life.
It's a really powerful sisterhood. We've always had survivor-led staffing and leadership. Women can stay in the program as long as they feel like they need to. Some stay 6 months, some maybe stay for a year or two. We just continue to offer that love and support, and whatever they need, we try to be here for them.
Nothing is ever too hard for us. Since it gets too hard for one of us, we're a team. So somebody is going to come up with an answer to resolve all the questions. And we try hard. And I mean, when I say we try hard, we will take people back over and over again. Because one day, you're going to get it right. It's just taking you a little bit longer.
Every person that we see the light of Christ in them, and we want to do everything we can to help them to get to a better place in their lives.
And God gives me new grace and mercy every morning that I get up. So who am I not to help someone else? And I am just so grateful for this program. I'm so grateful that God gave me a second chance at a first-class life.
This powerful program with survivor-led staffing and leadership casts a light of hope in the darkness, empowering women with lived trauma to know that they matter, to know that they are stronger, smarter, and more capable than they may have originally thought, to know that they can rise above the limitations of the past, to know that light can always be shining for them, even during their darkest hours. And the work of this inspiring program is made possible thanks in part to the tremendous support from donors like each and every one of you who have shared your light, love, and support for Episcopal Impact Fund. Donors like honorary committee members Christina and Sandy McFarlane, who join us tonight with generous gifts of $15,000 to cast their light of support for Episcopal Impact Fund. Thank you. Fred M. Levin joins us tonight with a gift of $5,000 in memory of James Hormel. Thank you, Fred Levin, for this gift in honor of Ambassador Hormel and in support of Episcopal Impact Fund. Alumni board members Stephanie and Chris Lehman join us tonight with a gift of $2,500. Thank you. And they're joined by Leslie and George Hume and Jay and Leslie Ryder, who are also presenting gifts of $2,500 tonight in support of Episcopal Impact Fund. Based in West Oakland, Serenity House radiates a light of strength and support for survivors of domestic violence, addiction, incarceration, and homelessness, empowering them to heal from trauma, transform their lives, and achieve their dreams. Here to join in support of Serenity House and Episcopal Impact Fund, City of Oakland Mayor Libby Schaff, who joins us remotely to celebrate the work of Serenity House and Episcopal Impact Fund.
Hi, I'm Oakland's Mayor Libby Schaff, welcoming you and thanking you for being together with us for the Episcopal Impact Fund's Night of Light Gala. And it is a night of light. Because what brighter light is there than a community that is caring for our most vulnerable? And we all know that these last unprecedented months have been a time when we have needed the Impact Fund the most. And the Episcopal Fund's ability to give 100% of what you provide tonight out into the community without bureaucratic red tape and in a way that is impacting our community's fastest and best. That is a bright light indeed. And I have to especially commend you on your focus this year on housing. We only need to look on our streets and our parks to see what a crisis, what a moral failing we have with the levels of homelessness. This is a moment for us to all step forward as far as we can to make sure that that basic human need, a roof over your head, is met for everyone in this Bay Area. Thank you, Episcopal Impact Fund, and let us all make sure that this night of lights is truly bright.
Thank you, Mayor Schaaf, for joining this chorus of support tonight. And friends, that support for Episcopal Impact Fund is continuing to grow throughout this night of light. This is very exciting. The following honorary committee members are shining their light of support tonight, each presenting gifts of $5,000. Our thanks to Jean and John Brennan, Anne and Doug Jensen, Rebecca Krebs and Alan Jurgensen, Alberta and Ray Larson, and Tiana Wimmer and Warren Leiden. Again, each of these generous supporters championing for Episcopal Impact Fund with gifts of $5,000. Board member Andrew Wober and his wife Joy Wober have given a gift of $10,000 to further empower the guiding light of Episcopal Impact Fund and their partners. And it's their hope that others join together tonight to match their generous gift. Bishop Mark and Sheila Andrus joined tonight's chorus of support. Thank you for your generous gift. Friends, if you too feel inspired to join this night of light with a celebrated gift of any amount, again, simply click the donate button located in the lower right-hand corner of your screen and further empower the Impact Fund in their efforts to continue advancing pathways out of poverty. And that support continues to grow. Again, this is so exciting to see. Albie and Ray Larson are giving a gift of $10,000 tonight. And friends, that's on top of an additional gift of $5,000 they've already presented. Our thanks to Albie and Ray Larson. Marcia Dugan is giving an additional gift of $5,000. Marcia Dugan has already presented a gift of $5,000 and is presenting an additional gift here and now. Thank you, Marcia Dugan, for that support. Justin Cannon and Thomas LaFrance are joining us with a gift of $100. Thank you both so much. Elizabeth Mooney with a gift of $1,000. Richard Edward Helmer with a gift of $100 tonight. Ann Jensen with a gift of $1,000. And friends, Bishop Mark and Sheila Andrus are giving a second gift of $1,000 tonight. Thank you both so very much for this tremendous support. Jill Mance is joining us with a gift of $25. Phil and Diane Matthews are joining us with a gift of $250. Deidre Sheeran is joining us with a gift of $250 tonight. Carrie Verunik is joining us tonight. Paula Cook joins us tonight. Donna Colombo joins us tonight with a gift of $500. And Donna's joined by Jonathan Speed with a gift of $500. Thank you, one and all. Sylvia Moreto is joining us with a gift of $250. Thank you, Sylvia. Catherine Pike joins us with a gift of $250. Kathy Schlegel is joining this chorus of support with a gift of $100 tonight. Thank you, Kathy. Jessica Matoyer joins us tonight with a gift of $500. Peter Brooks joins us with a gift of $250. And Peter's joined by Jan Robicher with a gift of $50 tonight. Jan, thank you. Mauricio Wilson joins this chorus of support with a generous gift of $500. And Mauricio's joined by Don Miller, who's joining tonight with a gift of $250. Don, thank you. And that support continues to build. Friends, this is so wonderful and encouraging to see this tremendous support being showcased tonight. Jasper and Elise Goldberg join us with a gift of $500. Noreen Huey with a gift of $250. We have an anonymous friend joining us tonight that's presenting a gift of $1,000 tonight. Thank you. Majin Leachor is joining us with a gift of $250. Jessica Christ and Turner Graybill join this chorus of support, and they're joined by Mike and Coco Peters with a gift of $500 and Angela Hay with a gift of $500. This is outstanding. Thank you, one and all. Board member Beth and Hale Foote join us tonight with a gift of $5,000. Thank you. And friends, they're joined by Nell and Charles Elwin, who are also presenting a gift of $5,000 tonight. Thank you, one and all. Dean Allen Jones and Cricket Jones, last year's Night of Light honorary co-chairs, are sharing their light of support tonight. Thank you for your generous gift. Friends, the following donors join us tonight with gifts of $100 in support of Night of Light. Kelly Peterson, Betsy Rosen, Board member Kathy Schlegel, Edith Simonson, Jean and David Sullivan, and the Reverend Kirsten Snow Spalding are each joining us tonight with gifts of $100 to shine the light of support for Episcopal Impact Fund. Again, Night of Light is an opportunity to celebrate the work of Episcopal Impact Fund. And this year's event is also an opportunity to pay tribute to Episcopal Impact Fund's luminous leader, Executive Director Kathleen Piraino. As you continue to click that donate button now to showcase your support, we're excited to introduce you to one of Kathleen Piraino's biggest champions, her husband, Jim Goldberg.
Hi, I'm Jim Goldberg, Kathleen's husband. Jasper, Elijah, and I are all very proud of Kathleen's work with the Episcopal Impact Fund. Even before this gig, Kathleen was very active in serving on nonprofit boards and vestries. Her motto was, "I'll do any job as long as it's not for pay." We're looking forward to having Kathleen home, Zoom-free, and seeing the next chapter in her charitable endeavors. To celebrate her work, we're offering a $2,500 match to all gifts in the next 10 minutes. Thank you so much for supporting the Episcopal Impact Fund.
Thank you, Jim Goldberg, for joining us tonight to celebrate Kathleen and shine your light of support for Episcopal Impact Fund. Again, Jim Goldberg and the Goldberg family will match your gifts up to $2,500 for the next 10 minutes. So continue to click that donate button tonight to empower the Impact Fund's efforts to advance pathways out of poverty. The Reverends Heather and David Erickson join us in this Night of Light celebration with a gift of $250. Thank you both for sharing your light with others tonight. And they're joined by Jane Guido, Elizabeth and Howard Jaffe, and Matt Taylor and David Henry, all of whom share in their support of Episcopal Impact Fund tonight with gifts of $250. Thank you, one and all. The Reverend Justin Cannon, All Saints Episcopal Church, San Leandro, and Thomas LaFrance join us tonight with a gift of $1,000. Thank you both. Honorary committee members Anne and Lauren Kiev, Betsy and John Moons, Maria Vicente Paletti, Jennifer Walker and Michael Keenan, and Dr. Carla Morris Wright and the Reverend Dr. Mauricio Wilson are each joining us tonight with gifts of $2,500. And their combined support, friends, totals $12,500. Thank you for sharing your light of hope with others tonight. Friends, if you'd like to join this luminous constellation of support for Episcopal Impact Fund, simply click that donation button located in the lower right-hand corner of your screen to further empower their efforts to light the way for beneficiaries throughout the Bay Area. Honorary committee members Gay and Earl Johnson are joining us with a gift of $500 tonight. Thank you so much. And they're joined by the Reverend Norman Cram, who shines his light of support and hope for others tonight with a generous gift of $1,000. Thank you, Reverend Cram. The following honorary committee members are sharing their light of support with the Episcopal Impact Fund, each presenting gifts of $1,000 tonight. Carol Ann and Don Brown, Juliana Jensen and Charlie Coleman, Connie Marty Kean, Michelle and Bruce O'Neill, Daniel Piraino, Sally and Bill Thomas, Mary Kimura Thompson, Mary and Ted Thompson, joining us from Pennsylvania, Mary Washburn and Mark Chavez, Heidi Ho, and Dean Malcolm Clemens Young of Grace Cathedral. Our thanks to these generously supportive honorary committee members, each of whom are presenting gifts of $1,000 tonight. Again, Episcopal Impact Fund's partners and tonight's generous and steadfast donors are not the only ones we'd like to celebrate during this year's Night of Light. We're also gathered to celebrate the leadership, vision, and passion of the greatly admired Episcopal Impact Fund Executive Director Kathleen Piraino, who has served at the helm of Episcopal Impact Fund these last 10 years. In preparation for her forthcoming retirement, this community would like to extend their heartfelt thanks to Kathleen Piraino and the generous guiding light she has shared with so many throughout the years.
Once in a while, you wake up from a dream, and there's dust in your eyes from the images you've seen. Oh, we rise, we fall, we shine in the colors that we dream. Oh, we run, we crawl, we climb to the visions we have seen. What can it mean? These hidden messages from you. Am I making a scene? Trying to follow every clue. Oh, we rise, we fall, we shine in the colors that we dream. Oh, we run, we crawl, we climb to the visions we have seen. I know you hear when I'm calling out to you. My heart swells up like a choir, people filling up the pews. And I rise, I fall, I shine in the colors I have seen. Oh, I run, I crawl, I climb to a vision from a dream. You would rise the light and shine if you'd seen what I have seen. You would laugh and shout and cry if you knew what it could
Well, it's clear that this community is filled with so much deserving love, admiration, and gratitude for Kathleen Piraino. Our thanks to this generous community gathered together on film tonight to shine their light of appreciation for Kathleen, and to the many watch parties that are gathered throughout the Bay Area to share their love and support for Kathleen in celebration of the tremendously vibrant 10 years of leadership she's provided Episcopal Impact Fund. As tonight's luminous and deserving showcase of support continues to swell, let's take another look at Episcopal Impact Fund grantee who believes that home is the center of peace and stability.
Rebuilding Together has been around for 32 years. We started as a grassroots response to the Loma Prieta earthquake in 1989. And for 32 years, we've been working to preserve affordable housing in San Francisco.
Our mission is to revitalize community, repair homes, and essentially rebuild lives. We do that by making sure we can keep families in their homes and keep people in the communities that they've been in for a really long time.
We do everything from fall and fire safety modifications in homes to huge school projects, community center projects.
My name is Tonya Randell. We're in the Bayview, Hunters Point area of San Francisco. I've lived here for about 27 years. They installed the ductwork, they insulated everything for us, and they gave us this brand new carrier heating unit. When you don't have what you need, it just makes you feel less than, and not being able to provide heat to my family without putting them in danger of fire from space heaters, it meant a lot to me.
There is such a vibrant, rich community in San Francisco that we support who has lived in the city for such a long time.
Home is more than a place you lay your head. For these families, it is the center of their childhood. It is the center of peace. It is the center of stability. To have the home and keep the home makes a huge difference because memories are created there, stability is created there, and so being able to protect that, we ensure that the confidence and the possibilities of generations going through the home continue, and that those families generation continue to thrive.
Thank you to the Episcopal Impact Fund. Your extremely generous contribution is going to help us preserve hundreds of homes in San Francisco through everything from small repairs to huge, life-changing repairs for these families.
Your donation is going to help us continue to serve San Francisco, but primarily serve families in San Francisco, serve our children in San Francisco, so that those families continue to thrive. And we're looking forward to deepening our services and looking forward to partnering with the Episcopal Impact Fund for the years to come.
With your help tonight, Episcopal Impact Fund can continue to empower more deserving organizations like Rebuilding Together, ensuring that the Bay Area's most vulnerable residents can continue to look towards a guiding light of support. Joining us tonight to celebrate the work of Episcopal Impact Fund, Lynn Bartron and Brett LaDove, who join us with a gift of $2,000. Thank you. Anne Akichika and Ali Tabibian, join us tonight with a gift of $1,000, shining their light of support for Episcopal Impact Fund. Mari Betta and Mark Snyder join us tonight with a gift of $200. Thank you. Marcia and Tom Dugan have given a gift of $5,000 to celebrate the light of Episcopal Impact Fund. Thank you so much. Amy and Tom Worth join this chorus of support with a gift of $1,000, and they're joined by board member Cecile Caterson, who joins us tonight with a gift of $1,500. So thank you so very much. Board member Garrett Price and his wife Amy are hoping to inspire continued support tonight. Through the end of tonight's program, they will generously match all donations presented up to $5,000. Thank you. Alumni board member Phil Matthews and his wife Diane join us tonight with a gift of $500. And the Matthews are joined by Jim Forsyth, who's also presenting a gift of $500 in celebrated support of Episcopal Impact Fund. Friends, it's clear to see that we're joined by a wealth of generous, tremendous friends who are sharing their light of support with us tonight through the many generous donations continuing to flood in, to the many generous voices that are joining this chorus of support to champion the work of Episcopal Impact Fund. One such familiar voice who joins us tonight to share in appreciation for the light of hope extended by Episcopal Impact Fund is former San Francisco Mayor Willie Brown.
The Night of Lights Gala, every year for many years now, you have put together a program that is translated into assistance and help for people really in need without any limitations on fulfilling that need. When you honored your previous honorees and you raised the resources, things were not as chaotic as they are today with the pandemic and all the ancillary economic disruptions that have taken place, with people losing jobs, with people wondering aloud almost about the potential for the absence of health care, because without the jobs they may not have coverage. The Impact Fund is more important than ever. And the fact that you have decided to remember Jim Hormel in this process is equally as important. The ambassador was in fact a philanthropic participant at every level of people in need. the Impact Fund obviously fulfills that in the dream of Jim Hormel.
Thank you, Willie Brown, for continuing to cast your guiding light of support for Episcopal Impact Fund and sharing in this vision of a world without poverty. Tonight's showcase of support has been incredible. And as we've all witnessed that swell of generosity that's coming forth, elevating the work of Episcopal Impact Fund, ensuring that they can shine even brighter for the most vulnerable Bay residents and the many nonprofit partners joining in their efforts to advance pathways out of poverty. As we inch closer towards the close of this year's Night of Light, continue to give generously in support of Episcopal Impact Fund and continue to place your bids in our Vacations Near and Far online auction. Bidding will remain open through 9 p.m. tonight. And as promised, we're excited to reveal the winners of our free Watch to Win drawing. Again, everyone that registered to participate and tune into tonight's event was entered into a free drawing for the chance to win 2 prizes. Our first Watch to Win prize winner will receive 2 tickets to an upcoming San Francisco 49ers game donated by board member Aaron Mullen and his wife Carolyn. And that lucky winner is Greg Wolf. Congratulations to you, Greg Wolf. You've just won those tickets to that upcoming 49ers game. Our next Watch to Win prize winner will receive a beautiful Japanese pearl necklace donated by Keishi and Alan Sue. And that lucky winner is Kevin Morrison. Congratulations, Kevin Morrison. And congratulations to you both. Thank you for joining us tonight and staying through tonight's program. Congratulations on those Watch to Win prizes. Episcopal Impact Fund will be in contact with you to make arrangements for you to retrieve your prize. This has been such an incredible evening we've shared together. Such an inspiring evening filled with luminous and heartfelt support for Episcopal Impact Fund. Tonight's outpouring of love and respect for Episcopal Impact Fund Executive Director Kathleen Piraino, coupled with a tremendous showcase of donations here tonight alongside unprecedented pre-event fundraising, has led us towards an almost record-breaking Night of Light. My goodness, friends, thank you one and all for the monumental generosity that you've showcased this evening to further empower Episcopal Impact Fund in their efforts to promote innovative, long-term solutions to address the root causes of poverty in the San Francisco Bay Area. Don't forget, our online auction will come to a close tonight at 9 p.m. Please remember to check out by clicking on your cart in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. And keep in mind, tonight's live stream will be available on Episcopal Impact Fund's website for the next week. So please continue to share this inspiring and uplifting evening with your friends and family members so that together we can continue to extend a light of hope for others. In closing, we'd like to leave you with the heartwarming messages from so many within Episcopal Impact Fund's community that wish to extend their gratitude to Kathleen Piraino for her 10 years of incredible service. It's been such an absolute honor to join you all this evening. The spirit of generosity shared here tonight will continue to offer a guiding light to those navigating life's journey. Take good care, be good to one another, and continue lighting the way for those in need.
Hi, Kathleen. I just want to thank you so much for the opportunity to work with you on the impact events and get to know you and understand how hard you have worked for such an incredible cause. Thank you for years of great fun.
Hello, I'm Courtney McCrae, and on behalf of the Impact Fund's Investment Committee, I want to say thank you to Kathleen for 10 years of incredible service. It has been such a joy to work with you, and we know that you will flourish in whatever you decide to do next. Thank you, Kathleen, for your service, and thank you to the important community that supports the Episcopal Charities.
Hi, Kathleen. It's so good to see you this evening, and I can't believe it's been 10 years since you assumed the helm of Episcopal Impact Fund. When I think about the opportunity I've had to bear witness to all you've done for that wonderful organization and our Episcopal community throughout the Bay Area, my heart is filled with gratitude, and I thank you for everything you've done. May all your future endeavors be equally as successful and joyous.
Good evening. I'm Doug McKay, past board chair of the Episcopal Impact Fund. Tonight, we're gathered to celebrate the Episcopal Impact Fund. We're also gathered to celebrate the leadership, the vision, and the passion of our admired executive director, Kathleen Piraino. More than 10 years ago, the Episcopal Charities searched for a new director. None of those committee members could have imagined how Kathleen's leadership would transform the focus, the work, and quite literally the impact of the organization. She was the perfect hire. We've been so fortunate to have Kathleen's keen intellect, caring heart, and wonderful sense of humor steer the ship. It's made the Episcopal Impact Fund a thought leader among poverty-fighting nonprofits in the Bay Area today. As Kathleen prepares for the next chapter in her life, and the Episcopal Impact Fund looks ahead to the future, all of us past and present board members say a heartfelt thank you. Thank you, Kathleen, for a job amazingly well done.
Good evening. I'm Mary Camara Thompson, and I had the honor of working with Kathleen Piraino as the Episcopal Impact Fund Board President a few years ago. When I first joined the organization, it was known as Episcopal Charities. But Kathleen had a larger vision for the organization, and under her guidance, leadership, and vision, she led the staff and all of us on the board in changing the name to the Episcopal Impact Fund. But more than just changing the name, Kathleen further grounded the organization in spreading the good news of the gospel and expanding its mission, reach, and capacity to serve more than 100,000 people living in poverty in the Bay Area. Kathleen, tonight I join everyone gathered here to celebrate the legacy you leave, to thank you for your dedicated leadership, and to wish you every blessing as you step into this next phase of your journey. Happy retirement, my friend. It is my honor to celebrate you this evening. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Alan Jurgensen, and I had the honor of being on the search committee that brought Kathleen to Episcopal Impact Fund, and then the good fortune of working as board president alongside her for several years. Kathleen, it was always such a pleasure to have you as our executive director, planning board meetings, discussing our grantees, and visiting them in the community, always making us ever more impactful in addressing the root causes of poverty. This is our mission, and you have given all of yourself to it, day by day and year by year. We are a far better organization because of your energy and wisdom. Thank you so much, Kathleen, for all that you have been and all that you are to us.